Welcome to this video lesson. In this lesson, we'll be learning about syllables and accent patterns. The syllable is a unit of pronunciation. It is convenient to use one-syllable words to illustrate the vowel and consonant phonemes because a one-syllable word is, in itself, one unit of pronunciation. The generalization that applied to a one-syllable word may apply to each syllable in a multisyllabic word and generally apply to the accented syllable of a word. There is one vowel phoneme in each unit of pronunciation, that is, in each syllable. Each syllable contains only one vowel phoneme. If you hear two vowel phonemes, you may be sure the word has two syllables. How many units of pronunciation or syllables are there in each of these words? Pause this video lesson to determine the correct answer. Test yourself by doing the activity without looking at the answers. Check yourself. What was your score? One syllable in a multisyllable word receives more emphasis or greater stress than the other syllables. We identified this accented syllable by placing an accent mark at the end of the accented syllable. Here is an example. In multisyllable words, more than one syllable may be stressed. There will be one primary accent or stress and one or more secondary accents. The secondary accent is shown by an accent mark as well. Check your dictionary or curriculum guide to see how it indicates the secondary accents in multisyllabic words. The vowel phoneme is the most prominent part of the syllable. The vowel is most clearly heard in the accented syllable. Vowels behave differently in accented and unaccented syllables. Many syllables, when pronounced carefully in isolation, appear to follow the generalization we have noted for vowels. In normal speech, however, we have a tendency to give most vowels in the unaccented syllable the soft, short, indistinct schwa sound, or less frequently, the short I. Obviously, it is necessary to have some understanding of where to expect to find the accented syllable. First, we consider one-syllable words to have a primary accent. The vowel phoneme in the accented syllable tends to follow the generalizations we have studied concerning sound. Dictionaries, in showing pronunciation, do not place accent marks on one-syllable words. It is taken for granted that they are accented. In general, prefixes and suffixes form separate syllables. The accent usually falls on or within the root word. Take this word, for example. Exchanging has 3 syllables. The accent is in the second syllable, which is the root word. The prefix and suffix are not accented. Say the word aloud. Can you hear the stress on the middle syllable? A compound word is made up of 2 or more words that combine to form an entirely new word. In compound words, the primary accent usually falls on or within the first word. The placement of the accent may differentiate between a noun and a verb in words that are spelled alike. The accent usually falls on the first syllable of a noun. When there is a double consonant within a word, the accent usually falls on the syllable that closes with the first letter of the double consonant. In most syllabic words ending in the suffix tion, sion, or ic, the primary accent falls on the syllable preceding the suffix. Let us make another generalization. When the vowel phoneme in the last and closed syllable of a word is composed of 2 vowel letters, that syllable is most often accented. When there is no other clue, the accent most often falls on the first syllable of a 2-syllable word. Let's take a quick break and practice what we have learned so far. The unit of pronunciation is the. Can there be more than one vowel letter in a syllable? Can there be more than one vowel sound in a syllable? We studied several generalizations concerning the placement of accent marks. State the generalization that applies to each of these words. Mark the accent in these words. The first one is done for you. We have established some guidelines to help us decide on which syllable an accent might fall. We still have this problem. Where do the syllable divisions occur? Here are some generalizations to help us, but with many exceptions. Let us make this generalization. If the first vowel in a two-syllable word is followed by a single consonant, that consonant often begins the second syllable. In other words, the syllable division is between the first vowel and the single consonant. Here is another generalization. When two like consonants appear together, the second is generally silent. When two vowel letters are separated by two consonants, the syllable division is generally between the consonants. When in doubt, try this generalization first. If the first vowel in a two-syllable word is followed by a single consonant, that consonant often begins the second syllable. When it comes to compound words, let us make this generalization. Divide a compound word between the two words that form the compound, as in cowboy. We expect each word in a compound word to represent one or more syllables. Now let us consider the compound word battleship. How many syllables do you identify in battle? Divide battle into syllables. How many syllables do you identify in ship? Battleship consists of 3 syllables. Quick practice. Place the primary accent in battleship. If you place the accent at the end of the first syllable, you would be correct. Remember that a 2-letter grapheme, a consonant digraph, acts as a single letter. Generally, do not syllabicate between the letters of a consonant digraph. Consonant blends, or clusters, represent phonemes that are blended together when pronounced. Consonant blends or clusters are often in the same syllable. Remember that long vowel digraphs represent one phoneme. We generally do not syllabicate between the letters in a diphthong or long vowel digraph that represents one phoneme. Prefixes and suffixes usually form separate syllables from the root word. If the last syllable of a word ends in LE preceded by a consonant, that consonant usually begins the last syllable. Let's practice what we have learned in this video lesson. Show the syllable divisions and indicate each vowel and consonant in the word shown. The first one is done for you. Observing the generalizations, divide the words below into syllables and mark them to show pronunciation. Place the accents.